All I know is work. Pull about $1, I can lend you one today, but I'ma need it by tomorrow, nigga. All I know is work. I can get a half for consignment, bring it back, pay for the omen up front, nigga. All I know is work. I be cooking on the line.
You see this? You see this? You see this? That's from this. Sophisticated Ignorance, HOC, we in the building. It's the K Cortez. Tap in, cop some shit, man. Flee, girl.
It's your boy Ill Will, man. Sophisticated Ignorance. Y'all get that? That's an oxymoron, but it makes sense. Get hip, man. Stay elevated. You know what it is. Your boy Ill Will, man. Yaktown on this beat.
Your boy Shotgun Shook, man. Sophisticated Ignorance, man. Tap in, man. You already know, man. Good old merch, man.
It's your boy J400, man. Mr. How You Gonna Act, man. Supporting that sophisticated ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Cop that shit, they got everything, man. Dad has shirts, Scullies, anything you need, man. You already know, man.
Yo, Gwitty's paper, Sophisticated Ignorance, fuck everybody. I might name my album that. That's why I might name it. We name it album.
Yo, get a load of me, no control of me. I control everything. I.C.E is in the motherfucking building. You're now watching Sophisticated Ignorance, you heard? Hey, let me give you niggas a word of advice, you punk ass nigga. You walking down the alley by yourself, bring a dog with you, sucker.
The thing with Kyrie Irving is there's a personal dislike here for him. There always has been. Because the one thing about it's like if Scottie Pippen would have left the Bulls, you know what I mean? Like it's the same way Kobe was hated when he parted ways with Shaq. I know a lot of people don't remember that, but Kobe was being treated like he was the most hated man on the planet at one time. It's the truth. 100%, because in the sports world, which
how do you treat Dennis Rodman? Because that nigga weird too. Well, I ain't gonna say it. Kyrie's weird. Did they treat Dennis Rodman like this?
They did, but his shit was more surrounded around partying and living wild. You know what I mean? Than more so than speaking on history. You know what I mean? It's a reason why in slave movies they don't show you everything, right? They keep it very, very light. If you notice, like if you go read the books, if you go read the journals, if you really take a deep dive into slavery and all the shit that was going on, it's a lot of shit that's not put in there. Why? Because, you know, we like to influence in different ways of control. You know what I mean? It's the same way as stereotypes being used in films and in books. I mean, not books, but TV shows, you know. At one point in time, the African American was used in a certain light. That's not by accident. If you think that's by accident, you're fucking stupid, and you're choosing to be stupid. You know what I mean? Like in positions of power, there's certain films. If you watch certain films, there's certain movies when there's literally not a black person in sight, not a Native American person in sight, not a Hispanic person in sight. Not just from the cast, even the background. Like the background people are all white. There's, you know what I mean? Like when were you ever in a place when
this situation? They lose their mind.
Think about how many big movies there are in the world, and think about when the information got to you to be a background person. Like when did you ever see, yo, come down to so and so, be a part of this movie? Yeah, I mean, we need background people for this film. Would y'all mind coming by? Because when they did Salt in Albany, everything was blocked off. You ain't coming in here. When they did People in Augusta, everything was blocked off. When they did Beyond the Pine Trees, whatever, with Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, and Bradley Cooper, I think that's who was in it. Pardon me if I was wrong. It was Beyond the Pine Trees. They shot in Schenectady. There was no. Yeah, that was in Schenectady. You had no availability to pull up and be in that movie.
I think I seen one person.
It was one movie shot here that they let open.
Movie didn't have anybody in there. I'm saying.
No, I know you're not saying that, but no, I was just.
Basically, like you could literally watch a white film, and there's all white people in the movie, back and forward. Like if you think that's by accident, you're bugging. A lot of people.
Who are the whites that's in our black? We got Roach from Friday. He's the one white. So who else is white in fucking Friday?
You're talking about the cast. I'm talking about the background.
I'm talking about just in general.
Nah, I mean, in our films, I'm pretty sure they're. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We can't even play the back for them, but they got one up front for us.
I'm
Rookie,
usually, but a lot of times that be us doing that because
yeah,
we are very apologetic
A
about
lot
being
of
black.
people be looking
we
for
gotta appease it a little bit.
We're
We-
very appeasing, like very. We're damn near programmed to be so. You know what I mean? Like if we were in a certain space and someone was being mistreated, a lot of times we feel obligated to be like, "Man, come on, man, let him come, man. Yo, don't hate on my white nigga like that. Yo, don't get off my white boy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, bro, let him rock, bro. That's my guy. Like we're damn near programmed to say shit like that, 100%. You know what I mean? That's how it be sometimes. It's a lot of programming. It's a lot of control. But you know, the Jews are in power. They are in power.
shit that like
And
Um,
I don't get why they are upset about people saying that they are in power and
because
people do consider them. Like,
the
what is the big deal? That
way
is
in power is about people not having any knowledge of how you've been running everything.
the shit that kind of
Jay-Z got hit with this same shit when he dropped Still Nigga. You want to know how
really.
people own all the property in America? This is how they did it. Like they hit him with the antis. Anytime you start speaking knowledge or putting a light on what's really going on, you're done.
I just learned what that fucking word meant. I don't even.
What, anti-Semitic?
Yeah. I was just like, where did that come from?
it comes from when you offend us white people. That's the only time shit is anti-Semitic.
In the last like
Man, these niggas promote black on black violence all day, every fucking day. It is perfectly to promote hate a nigga, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, stab a nigga. They're not like that. Ye's not joking. Like I swear to Jesus, how many of these bars gonna be across the soundwaves if I say I'm a cracker killer? I'm pulling up in blood. Like how many of these shits is gonna be sliding through? How many of these
not
gonna
the
be sliding through?
It's not happening.
Not even trying to be there, but it's just what I'm saying. Like they really paint these pictures the way they want y'all to see him. That nigga kept like just berating this nigga Kyrie. What about the people you hurt?
Right.
Nigga, hold on, real quick. Be logical, nigga. Who I hurt? I didn't kill nobody. I ain't shoot nobody. I ain't stab nobody, bro. I'm perfectly and fine and capable of having an opinion. Ain't that's what y'all always love to say?
Their own feelings. That's the case.
Platforms and say, in my opinion. Now, when it come to Kyrie, we don't know what the fucking opinion is. Then we want to lean on a nigga job. Like, that shit is whack, bro. That shit is whack. And we watching these niggas trying to sit here and control niggas that got a voice right in front of our eyes. Or because they don't want to be down and be good little boys.
That's what it's all about.
Or because niggas don't want to bow down and be a good little fucking boy, bro. Like, nah, you're not with that shit, B. I don't gotta say sorry. I didn't make the movie. Does that nigga that made the movie and made bread off it gotta apologize? No. He's still a director. Why ain't he held at the same standards that I am? And why is like black people only like, why is it when it comes to us and having status is only held at entertainment? He's a basketball player. I could have sworn y'all used to call jock niggas stupid in school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how they like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Really, I was gonna say that's the narrative.
When it's time to spend shit. I love how niggas like to make things look certain ways when it's time to make things certain look ways, bro. I'm telling you, this shit ain't no joke. These niggas is out here doing what they want, and that's why we always gonna be real and 10 tones down, because you can't buy shit over here, doggy. You can't flaunt a dollar over here. Yeah, it's just not, it's not happening. This is out the mud. It's not happening. That shit is corny.
It's an unfortunate circumstance, and it comes with the territory. The Jewish community, they have a lot of power. They are in ownership of a lot of different things. You can look it up. It's there. It's out there. And if you offend them in any type of way, this is what happens. Like even to the protests, you know, everybody said, "Did you see those Jewish kids that was protesting at the Nets game?" Yeah, I seen it. You know what else I noticed? They wasn't outside with picket signs.
They were inside in the front.
Courtside, sitting right next to the bench. You know what that's called? Power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't never heard about the black season ticket holder family. Like, that's a protest. That's a hell of a protest for your ass. Like courtside, right next to the fucking team.
But we can't even be outside silently holding the sign.
You know what I mean? So unfortunately, we're not It's not in comparison at all whatsoever. It's just acknowledging the truth and the facts. Like,
Speaking on it.
he said he respects all different walks of life and all of that nature, and he expressed himself, and that should just be the end of it. But it's not, because there's a gripe with Kyrie. There's been, for some of us who've been here from the beginning of this situation, everybody loved Kyrie when he was second fiddle to LeBron, quote unquote. And
Being a good little boy.
yeah, I mean,
Staying where I want you.
like you people, they vicariously live through these athletes, right? You got the story and the energy and LeBron and Golden State and Steph, and this is our form of entertainment. We love this, and the moment you start showing you're more than just that, they have a problem with it at all. No, stop talking. Just play basketball. Unless you're in alignment with what I feel, then you can keep talking. The same woman who told LeBron James to shut up and dribble is the same woman that told leave Drew Brees alone when he showed alignment with Trump and let him express himself. You know what I mean? She don't want him to shut up and throw the football. No. Oh, wait, you agree with me? Oh, go ahead, talk. Oh, you don't agree with me? Okay, well then shut up and dribble. You're not smart. You're not intelligent. You're not a multidimensional thinker. You know what I mean? That's just how people are. She was like high school at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You got the cool kids, the popular crowd. You ain't never seen the popular crowd, like one girl who's popular or one guy who's popular don't like somebody, and then everybody just start not liking that person. They don't even fucking know why. I remember I was dating a girl in high school who did that. All her friends who were of popular status, stopped liking this girl. And then the girl had walked by and she was like, "Oh, I can't stand her." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "Oh, she blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "She didn't do anything to you. You liked her on Tuesday. Now you hate her on Wednesday." I'm like, "Yeah, don't be a follower, bro." Long story short, that relationship didn't continue. But you know what I mean? I've always been an advocate of free thought. I've always been an advocate of having your own mind. I don't think you should go overboard with it in terms of standing with your individuality, because some people do go overboard with it. You know what I mean?
Self-awareness.
You know what I mean? It's if you're authentic in your stance, then be authentic in your stance. But when you're trying to be the individual, there's no such thing as trying to be. You know what I mean? If you actually are. So
You
this
think
shit is-
Kanye be an individual?
So you said it's just
Huh?
like
I feel like, do you think Kanye is trying to be an individual? You feel like he's going too far?
Nah, I just think Kanye wants to be in that world, and he wants to be of power in that world. And whenever they don't give him, this is just my perspective on Kanye. As long as you're giving him what he wants, then he'll be fine. He'll be perfectly fine with everything that's happening in America. He won't be tripping about anything. The only time you hear Kanye tripping is if somebody of power who may be Jewish or who may be gay or who may be white, any community will tells him no. And then you'll see my people, black people, and da 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 da. Like Kanye's all about acceptance, from my perspective, from where I stand. Just acceptance. He wants to be in that world. He sees the powers that be in that world, their families and their generational wealth, and he wants that. He wants that. And if you don't give it to him, he's gonna kick, cry, scream, and complain. And
He's doing a terrible job at this. I mean, in a sense, he's I don't know what he's doing.
he's Kanye, man. I don't pay Kanye no attention. I never have, honestly.
I try to ignore most of the stuff because I'm just like, some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's just he just shouldn't talk. But it's just he just shouldn't. I listened to the Drink Champs interview. It's like 3 hours of stuff, and he's just like spewing weird things.
Damn.
Why are you saying?
I saw little clips. I didn't see it. I don't think it's weird. I think he's saying things that
I saw that shit and it was like 3 hours.
No, but he was saying weird things. He's talking about like fucking people's wives. Like you could tell it's like little inside jokes. Like I didn't fuck your wife. I did fuck your wife. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Burning down the house because I'm not getting what I want.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Like, oh, yeah, you told me no? Oh, you didn't learn the first time. Okay, well, now I'm about to go stomp and go on big platforms and cause disarray. You know what I mean? It's necessarily wrong. It's like, do you actually care about those things on a consistent basis, or do you only care about them when you're not getting what you want? And that, like I said again, that's just my perspective of Kanye. I'm a very inquisitive mind, and I love being a part of things that are informative. You know what I mean? Because I love learning. I mean, I love soaking up different things. Some people are perfectly fine in their box and seeing the world how they want to see it based off what they can see, smell, and touch. Anything that's in alignment with their five senses. We're not all of that ilk. That's not all of us. Me personally, I love to understand things that are in distance until they come up and come up close in my face. I love to understand things from afar. I'm a three-dimensional thinker. I have self-awareness. I understand that things are bigger than me and all that fucking nature. Some of us are like that. Everybody's different. The moment I ain't gonna lie, the moment you start speaking on things and looking at things from a different perspective, you will be, silent. Shut up. Why are you talking? Like, well, sometimes you could come across as if you know everything or if you're smarter than everybody else. And that's really where the energy be coming from. Because when people start getting offended or when they, like me, I could hear something that I don't know. And I'd be like, damn, I never knew that. Oh, I'm about to go look that up. Some people, they can't see past themselves. They're one-dimensional thinkers. So when they start hearing people speak about things they never heard of, they start getting offended. What, you trying to call me stupid? I'm like, nah, I didn't call you anything. I was just talking about what I was unfamiliar with and became familiar with and became knowledgeable of the topic. I didn't call you stupid. Why would you think I'm calling you stupid? Or is it because you actually feel like you're stupid?
Yeah, that's how you feel about yourself.
I mean, and it's insecurity. And a lot of times with Kyrie, like that's the first thing they attack. He thinks he's so smart. He thinks he's so intelligent. He thinks he's
Sharp
the smartest.
said, and I was like, dude, why would you why?
Black man, you
Yeah,
are not allowed
people,
to
what's the white guy's name?
I feel like they do that to you every time you won't let them trick you out your spot.
Of course.
Whenever you don't sit there and be the nigga they paint you to be, whenever you don't
He's
sit there and give them that, what the fuck is you talking about? Because they be thirsty. It's almost like that cop that pull up on you, begging to get a reaction out you. And when you don't give him one, he starts turning up by the fucking second. By the second. He got to hit the drawing board every single time he tries something, and then you see you don't respond and you don't move. And he keeps looking wrong and wrong realistically. At the end of the day, there's two things. You can paint whatever opinion you want to paint for the public, but at the end of the day, you got to go to sleep with the truth. You still got to go to sleep with the truth. Like, I'd be happy sometimes. Like, remember back in the day when a nigga get his ass whooped? And nobody saw it? I don't care what these niggas. When you go to sleep,
Yeah.
you know what the fuck I did. like, you know what I'm saying?
When it comes to athletes, this is how they like their athlete. They like their athlete to, do one thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I heard Michael Wilbon say, because Kyrie referred to himself as a guided light. You know what I mean? And I know what he meant by it. I understood the context of with how he said it. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, this guy's an egomaniac," but you was cool with Michael Jordan walking around calling himself Jesus, as long as it was in reference of basketball.
I think what you said earlier. They just don't like him.
Yeah, it's personal. That's how people are with people they don't like.
See, and that's
I want somebody else to put it in a prettier box. Anybody but him. He's this, and it's like, what's the difference if somebody else says it?
That's what I need, and that's why I need the people to call the bullshit at, because it's like we can clearly see. All right, you're saying I got an ego, right? And at the same time telling me that I have so much of an influence. Well, which one is it, my nigga? Is it the ego or the influence? You're telling me, I have an ego, I need to stop. I'm not the light. Well, Kyrie, you need to understand you have so much effect on people. And I tried to say that. I said, but you called it an ego.
Yeah.
I tried to say I was the light, and you wasn't jacking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was calling it the ego. And now when I'm out here just being a nigga, just minding my business like you told me to, it's, well, you gotta understand your influence. That's why the post means so much. Pick your lane, my nigga. You can't be in both. Pick the lane.
Kyrie Irving has learned some truth through this thing we call life. And when you learn truth, it starts opening your mind and opening different passageways into your mind. And you start seeing why certain things are the way they are, why certain behaviors are passed down generationally in the system of control that we live in. You know what I mean? And it's always, you can't clash with, look, I am an individual who clashes with every system that he's in on a multitude of occasions, whether it's the school system, whether it's work, whether it's, anytime you don't want to abide by this has been going on since I was a kid. I don't want to partake in picture day. Why not? Everybody else is. That has nothing to do with me. I don't want to take like, literally, you have to take a picture day. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything. They're like, yo, for yes, you do. Who told you that? What school contract did I sign that says you have to partake in picture day? So, oh, you just want to debate. I don't want to debate anything. I just want to sit here and not do what you want me to do. You know what I mean? This has been going on since, and these are on smaller scales, bro.
Yeah,
These are smaller scales. Now, imagine being a millionaire. Basically, what they're telling Kyrie. What did Shaq say when he called him an idiot? You know what I mean? What did Shaquille O'Neal say? He said, you can't, Adam Silver, you can't take my $40 million and watch that DVD or watch that documentary for the most part. And it's like, that's what it's about. It's about the money. It's about control. Like, if I pay you, that means I control you and I own you. That's how they view it. You know what I mean? And for Shaquille O'Neal to express that is crazy because Adam Silver, he works for the NBA. He's a commissioner.
That's
He
crazy.
doesn't own the league. He's an employee as well. But because he's Jewish and he's the commissioner, you know what I mean? You would express it in that context. It's like, damn, like he's an idiot, bro. Like they got black people going so hard on these platforms. I mean, and that's what certain people in Jewish communities in power are doing. Like they're hiding behind the Shaqs and the Charles Barkleys and the Shannon Sharps, and they're getting them to convey their message.
Question? Because
disappointing.
You brought this up with power as well. Do you think that's like the same thing that Rock is doing to Lulu? Is that like what you're trying to say?
What? Yeah,
like with the money, like with the control, because you just said like that's what the control is.
Yeah, 100%, but not
clear.
really.
Because I mean,
it is, but it isn't.
Okay,
it is, meaning that they have no problem with you doing whatever that you're doing with the money until you say something that doesn't put them in the best light. Rock shit is just in general, like I mean, like her shit is in general. Like with them,
you can do what you want, but once you speak on what got me, what I got, we got issue.
Like you're not allowed because I pay you. You're not allowed to say anything.
Don't talk about my transactions.
You know what I mean? It's
don't
like
talk about my transactions.
So can they kick him out of the NBA for that?
Nah, they can't kick him out of the NBA, but they can ostracize him.
They can just
100%
slow him down
because the Nets are gonna cut him eventually, and then nobody's gonna sign him.
Valuable.
Nobody's gonna sign him.
But he has the money that he came, like the money he leaves with is what he's got.
He's definitely generationally rich. Like
I was just like, at this point, I think he's like, fuck you guys.
He's standing on who he is. It's way more realer than what Colin Kaepernick did. But hey, Colin Kaepernick was the narrative at the time. Like, oh, I'm standing on my knee because I don't like how you guys treat black people in America and da 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 da. But I'm still trying to get in the NFL, and I got an 8-figure check from Nike, but I'm poor and being mistreated. And they was definitely using him for, what I mean, it's the reason why Nike gave him a deal. You think Nike giving Kyrie? Look, they're talking about dropping Kyrie, but they gave Colin Kaepernick a deal.
That's crazy.
It's 100% the exact same thing.
And who made more money for who? So let's not talk about that bread, because that's what it's always about. Who made more money for who? Them Kyrie sneakers fly.
That's the thing with Kyrie that makes it tough because he's one of the greatest basketball players ever. It's like
he's too valuable.
It's hard.
He's too valuable
because he's a moneymaker. Like kids want to be like him in terms of his play.
Niggas want to be like him, man. Like that nigga's handles is crazy through the paint. Niggas is that's that Kyrie shit, nigga.
Yeah,
niggas
like
when
I go to the Y, when I go to the
Kyrie package,
when I go to the Y and play basketball, all the kids have his sneakers on. Like
I don't see niggas in that Steph Curry Under Armour shit.
Really? Not for nothing. That's
I'll be seeing stuff.
I don't think not gonna lie. The kids love the Under Armour too. That was a.
I'll be seeing them. I just predominantly see Kyrie's more.
The whites like it.
One Under Armour nigga.
It's always like one or two.
So I don't see them like how I see.
They out here. I trust me. They out here.
I'm not saying they're not out there. I know they out there.
The kids love
But
Steph Curry.
What I mean out here, it's a difference to saying out here. Like you go to like 2-3 different parks that day, you gonna see one nigga in Under Armour.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It do be that way.
Six niggas Kyrie.
It's Kyrie every court. Yeah, those are the three. Those are the three main that I see. Kyrie, KD,
and
Jordan, and LeBron's. Like those are the top 4 sneakers you're gonna see off rip when you get to a
I
basketball.
feel like, they all are basketball shoes. So I feel like that would be nothing I'd buy for my kids.
Look, man, some niggas just don't make the cut. It is what it is. A lot of basketball players make sneakers. A lot of them make sneakers. Some niggas just don't make the cut. It is what it is, bro. Niggas with the Dennis Rodmans. The Dennis Rodmans one of my favorite.
Yeah, I love the ramen.
I mean, it's just hard to get them.
Yeah,
I mean, like some niggas just don't make the cut. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, we not wearing the Paul Georges.
The Barclays is the shit too. Like, come on,
we still not wearing. We still not wearing the Paul Georges.
Hey, I'm not putting them shits.
I'm not wearing the Paul Georges. I'm not wearing the Greek freaks.
I'm not
Greek
gonna bring
freaks.
it here. I'm not gonna bring it here. But I gotta bring it here. You know, I love Kobe.
Oh shit, chill. All right, let's relax. All right, next subject. As we were saying, you know, it's unfortunate what's happening with Kyrie Irving. And
them crazy eights though.
Classic. We love the the Kobe's. You know what I mean, shout out to RIP Kobe.
That shit Nike did though.
Yeah, I mean, so you're not gonna stop. Make sure you get that point out. So you know, salute to Kyrie Irving. Hold your hedges. It's unfortunate you were not allowed to. You know, I did not see the documentary. You know what I mean? I seen Shannon Sharp say that he did not see the documentary whatsoever. He didn't see it. He didn't watch it. And he's up there saying, like, you said you're sorry for what? What part of the documentary are you apologetic about? Well, motherfucker, you didn't watch it. So why are you even asking that shit? Like, if he said which part, you wouldn't know it. Like, that shit is hilarious, bro.
That's my biggest fight right now.
That shit is hilarious.
I really don't care to watch this documentary 100%. I'm just being honest. I don't care to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
But if you, I gotta watch it now. But I'm mad because I have to watch it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that it's like, yo, I would never be out here looking or trying to comment on some shit I don't know about. I did not watch nor see. I can have an opinion. I can be, as a nigga who didn't watch it, would always be my opening statement. As one who didn't see, like, I don't understand how we just run with anti-Semitic and you didn't watch it.
It's America, bro. A lot of people are sheep. A lot of people, like, the news is altered, and a lot of people just, if it's on the news, it's law. You know what I mean? Look, we're not for each other right now. This is what we have to understand. But as a people, as a community, as a race, we are accomplishing some great things out there that don't just align in music, and rap and those things.
Entertainment,
like
I'm trying to align this
in general. We are accomplishing
way more black people, way more than entertainment. Well, my fault. I want to.
No, you good.
But black people deserve a motherfucking hand, because if ain't nobody gonna give it, it gotta be us. All right, we do more than entertain niggas, man. Stop acting like the court jester in the yard. Niggas done did some shit.
Absolutely.
Don't let these niggas tell you different.
Absolutely. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
How do I get a 5-day suspension from a post?
A retweet? Did he even say anything?
No, he just posted the link.
He just posted the link to the book. He didn't even put a comment underneath it.
He didn't write nothing. He just posted the link. As far as I know.
There's people out here posting links to I hate Kyrie right now. And they're hurting me, but what is happening to, like, it's just like,
all of this shit is about a link?
No, it's about.
No, I know we know. Well, I mean, like, because I just want to bring the technicality.
Pissing off the higher ups.
Woke up on Wednesday, he made a post, and we're here because of that.
Yeah, because it
it's
has.
Like when people come to work, you just.
It's like, pretty much like it says that. All right. A broke clock is right twice a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you have this video, you have this documentary, and let's say it has some truth in it, but it also has some things that don't paint us in the best light that's alleged. So we're gonna focus on that part. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're gonna focus on that part. You should not post this documentary, because even if it has some truth in it of the original man, of the original Jews and all of that, at the end of the day, like, it has things in here that is alleged, that's not necessarily true, that don't put us in the best light. So we don't want that documentary out there. But we will give you a big budget for the Woman King that has slave trade of its own people.
And that's crazy.
Yes, we'll cut a big ass check for you to make this movie called The Woman King that a white feminist made. I mean, that a white feminist made, that literally was putting women who were enslaving their own people in a positive light.
You know what's more? I don't. But you know what's more crazy?
100%. The inconsistencies, by the way, that's all I'm bringing up.
Because I'm with you to add on. They do damage control. Because when they found out about Son with the President, that what they had on CNN, remember they was like, well, we understand he's a slave owner, but can we just focus on the good things he did?
Oh, the Thomas Jefferson shit.
I'm like, yo, I'm looking at these niggas like this. Like, yo, wait a minute.
Like, do you like
because trying to rock what was coming out your mouth right now? It's a lot of niggas like, I understand I did murder, but
imagine being from Virginia with this shit, yo. They took us there for field trips and stuff.
Like, well, wasn't they upset because they pointing out that he was a slave master and they was making it? They were mad because like that was getting plastered now. Like they was like, well, you guys are making it all about that now. Like, so it ain't our fault. That's what he did. So
yeah, it just comes down to the power.
It's what he did.
The one thing I was bringing up about our people was just like we're just not in alignment, and I've learned that a lot of us are cool with not being in alignment. A lot of us don't want to hear about the inconsistencies and how to be better. A lot of people we don't care about that. Like there's a false empowerment going on out here. Pardon me. I'm gonna falsely empower you, and you're gonna love it, and you're gonna wear it like a badge of honor, and you're gonna feel liberated through that. Here's what I'm giving you. This is your empowerment right here. Do this, and people are sheep minded, so they're like, yeah. This makes me feel good. This is a great representation of myself, when actually it's not, actually at all. But you know what I mean. I had a woman say to me, she was like, the great thing about Biden being president is, Kamala's in there, and if something, having a black woman in there, like she is not a black woman, bro. Like, oh my God. It's just
I ain't gonna hold
you. Because I know.
Oh
she's not the black woman we would like her to be. She is very much a black woman.
Like, come on, man. Like, she voted against the body cam, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to you just because she's a woman and you're under the impression she's black, an alleged black woman. So you're 100% fine with her going again. Like, until it's your son. Like I said, it has to be us, right? Until it's your son. Then when your son gets murdered and they didn't have a body cam on, now you're mad. Wait a minute. No, this is the same person you voted for. Why are you mad now?
Right.
I don't like, man, we don't do our due diligence whatsoever, and we're more focused on arguing with each other than actually heading to a great space. We're very distracted with shit that doesn't matter and doesn't transfer over to making us the best version of ourselves, because that's what we owe ourselves at the end of the day, to become the best version of you. I'm not saying you're to be perfect. There is no such thing. Mistakes will be made
at all,
but taking responsibility is a big part of life, and self-awareness as well. That's how you truly become empowered, and that's truly how you become more aligned and more centered in the fucking universe. I mean, it's so much bigger than social media. Like, social media is just a place. Like I said, Kyrie Irving is just a hot topic for the week. Half the people talking about it don't give a fuck. Wait, what are we doing, y'all? What's the game plan? We're mad at Kyrie? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Mad at Kyrie. Tweet. I'm so offended by you guys. You're such fucking sheeps, bro. You guys are fucking sheeps. Like,
1, 2, 3. Hey, Kyrie.
Yeah, I hate when sheep mind. You know what's scary about sheep-minded people? You know what's scary about destructive people? They always want to be in control. That's the one. They all have that in common, right? Like improper leaders, people who cannot lead, people that cannot bring you to a great space or a great place. They always want those shoes, right? That's why I always make that reference to Lion King. One of my two favorite references is Lion King and the fucking Joker in The Dark Knight. The only thing that was cognizant about the Joker in The Dark Knight is he was 100% in alignment with who he was. When the Batman said, "Who are you?" he said, "I'm just a dog chasing cars. I won't know what to do with it once I get it." That was the realest shit ever. And that's the people out here. And if you look at that reason why I said the Lion King, if you look at Scar, like he wanted to be the king so bad, but what happened when he became the Lion King? He fucked everything.
In hell.
Terrible, because it was all about the status and the name.
Wow.
That nigga
they was out of control.
Did not take into any. He didn't take nothing into consideration that Mufasa was doing on a day-to-day basis.
Exactly. He was just side-eyeing that nigga from the back.
Shout out to Mufasa. You know how much of a real nigga you have to be for you to give birth to your son and the things that you eat show up to fucking show allegiance to your kid.
This nigga is killing me.
Like zebras, gazelles, that's all their food. They all showed up to the birth of Simba like, yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Simba's in the motherfucking building. Simba's here, niggas.
You might
Eat you next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat your sister next week. Sorry.
But that's how it's
Yo, first off, this nigga says Scar did not take in consideration what this nigga Mufasa.
He didn't. He just wanted the shot.
He didn't. He just wanted. He just saw him.
I'm rinsed.
Yo, he just saw the status, bro. He didn't
I'm
see.
rinsed.
He didn't
I'm
see.
rinsed.
He didn't see anything that was.
Yo, that is the
He
most
didn't see the work.
funniest. I know. I
He
feel
didn't see
you.
the work.
That's the most funniest shot of like. You don't know what to do with the throne if you had it, nigga.
That's we pay attention to the end result instead of what got us to the end result. I mean, like people will look at a Beyonce, a Jay-Z, a Sidney Poitier, a Harry Belafonte, a Shirley Chisholm, a Martin Luther King, a Marcus Garvey, like a Malcolm X. The list goes on. They look at them and they see the end result, and then they start basing everything like, oh, I want to be that. Not knowing that Malcolm X had to be read to become Malcolm X. You do realize he was doing a long prison sentence when he found his faith. Like the work, nobody wants the work. And I'm not saying we should do things that necessarily we shouldn't. I'm not saying we necessarily have to do what our ancestors did to become the best versions of ourselves, because they did those things so we wouldn't have to do them. But you cannot skip the work. You're going to have your own version of work. And it's like motherfuckers here work and haul ass. Like, nope. Where's the easy part?
That is the thing. I need the easiest shit. Where's the easiest way I can get it?
100%.
That is the name of the hustle right now.
Yeah.
Hard work. Oh shit. Gotta go.
Yep. Nope. Unless it's to some company that don't give a fuck about me and won't even show up at my funeral if I pass.
I'm just right. But I'm gonna dedicate my life to these niggas. Some ones and twos to what I really want to do.
Okay.
Shit, gotta go. Responsibility.
It happens all the time. You know what I mean? And it's programming at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's 100% programming. And if you think that all of your moves and the way you think and the way you operate is strictly based off yourself, then you're a fucking fool, bro. You're a fool. There's clear indications on a regular that play a part in why you move the way you move. Even if it's your experiences, even if it's hurt, even if it's pain, it's all some level of influence. But niggas cannot handle that thought. Like, oh, wait, you telling me that I'm like this based off somebody else? That's what you heard? That's what you're focused on? That's the only thing you heard out of all of that? This shit is ass backwards, bro. It really is. And
that person didn't take over my life. Like the fact that you're talking to me about this person is
if they made it into the story.
I'm just letting you know he was your lesson.
Literally.
Because you keep I don't even know this nigga's name. You brought him up.
There is no growth in focusing on the other person.
You know
Whatever happened to you in your life, the only way you truly get over it if you understand where you played your part. That's the only way you're gonna grow and get through the situation.
You gotta look at where you fucked up at.
You have to. There's
no avoiding that.
It's not. Like nobody can harm you without your help.
And this is called that self-awareness shit I was talking about earlier. Like sometimes I don't know, like sometimes some of y'all do some blatantly wrong shit and act like you need a friend to come talk to you. Cause like I had again, I had someone that tried to like cross the line and violate. We got into an argument match because he got mad because I matched his disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You came in here disrespectful. I'm clearly ignorant, nigga. With the shits. What's up? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So now you're upset. Oh, we didn't have to go that way. All right, cool. Like I'm not here. You can't get mad at my reaction.
People do it all the time.
You can't get mad at my reaction, bro.
It's two seats in the argument, right? It's the when you're giving it out, and then there's the receiving end. And people try to stay on the giving it out end. And when they're on the receiving end, they don't like how it feels necessarily. But they have no consciousness of all the shit they were delivering. What'd you say, Candace?
I said, but they bought it here.
Yeah.
We only here because you here.
They don't.
Had you not said that slick shit out your mouth, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here.
100%. Happens all the time. It happens all the time.
But then niggas act like they need a whole friend to come over the house and have a conversation with you to be like, yeah, bro, you wrong and you did this first, and then it clicks. Oh yeah, no, nigga, that's bullshit.
Well,
You're grown. You're grown. No. Some shit I hear you. I need to like, some shit I hear you. You need to talk a nigga through the understand. But some shit, my nigga, no.
Nah, that
No, like some shit you was dead. You was on your bullshit, my nigga.
That context. Nigga loses the debate.
Hey, you feel
I mean, that's the only time that humble approach usually is taken when you lose the debate. But you know, we're in unfortunate times. We're in dire times. What we're bearing witness to is power.
I feel like it's just so much going on. It's
really, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's just too much. It's just so much going on that's not positive. That's just not positive at all. That's just draining.
I don't know if America necessarily thrives off of positivity.
We should obviously we don't. Like the older I get, the more it's just like, what the fuck?
See, and when I hear this, like it be the hoodie part of me that be chilling in the cut, like, you know, we thrive on negativity.
Yeah. Back to the Dark Knight to make. I think life is balance. You know what I mean, that's what it's all about. Joy, pain, heaven, hell, life, death. Life is all about balance. It's
ignorant shit. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I love it.
So it's like it's what homie said. Is first of all, you have to pick your spots. That plays a big part in it. And like to reference to Dark Knight again, when Batman was asking Alfred about the Joker, and he was like, some things can't be reasoned with. Some people just want to see the world burn. And that's 100% truth. But the whole thing, what has happened today is like nobody wants to stand on it. Like once people will say things like what you just said in acknowledgement of how you feel. But then when if they're in a certain position and someone starts bringing that up for this, and this in a scenario-based conversation, they start getting offended, and you start hearing about their childhood, and you don't understand my life, bro, and how I grew up. Like, nah, my nigga, no. If you like, now we're in a lane of being sophisticated, and you know what I mean, we're doing what we're doing, and you're not in alignment with that. But now you feel some type of way because niggas want it to be one way. Shout out to Marlo on the wire. You want it to be one way, and it's not. It's not one way. It's never going to be. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna be 100, and that's why people get mad at me when I say I respect a nigga who's openly racist versus a closet one.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? Because you know why I respect him more? That nigga standing on business. Instead of sitting here coming to me with the sob story about how he grew up out of this, that, and the third, never mind how I grew up. End of the day, this is my thought, my point, nigga.
Yeah.
My point. Stop acting like you here because of your upbringing, my G. It do play a point. It do play a part. But at some day, my nigga, it's some self accountability. You chose shit.
I don't care about racist people. I never have. The only time racism becomes of matter is when you start trying to take the racist thoughts in your head or your prejudice within yourself and start trying to implement it in the world. Then it becomes a problem. And when I say implement it, I mean like, this person's a good person for this job. Well, no, he's black or he's Spanish or he's
that's that shit.
Not giving it to him. Like that's when it more so becomes problematic. But it still don't end and begin with you. I will never subscribe to that way of thinking that my opportunities in life and where I'm going are based off another fucking person. He could try to make the road hard for me all he want, but what God got for me, he got for me, bro. That's not within your control. I'm going to get there. May not be fast, may not be from the escalator, may not be from the elevator. I might have to climb up this motherfucker. Either way, I'm going to get there. And that is solely based off of me and the sacrifices I'm willing to make and what I'm willing to do to get to the next level. I wish I would allow a motherfucker to think that it's based off of how he's feeling that day. That's why I love it. You guys, sometimes you got to give a motherfucker some self-awareness and bring him back to reality. Like in Juice, when he told Steel, I got more control over your life than you do. And he had to remind him, you can't even walk down your own fucking block without getting fucked up by Rodimus. Like you dead just had this nigga pull you out of a jam, and now you in his face telling him you got more control over his life. Talk about just a lack of self-awareness. You know what I mean? Sorry for the movie references, but a lot of times people don't understand it unless it's formatted that way. They don't understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Especially when you're of color, of any sort of ethnic background.
I'm gonna look that Bishop.
That's why I'm talking in movie references.
You know how many? First off, my nigga, the storyline is pulling you out the jam. getting you out.
100%. But what was that? That was power. Power
You
comes
get a
in
little
all
gun.
different forms.
Now
bro.
I'm pussy.
Power.
Come on.
Power comes in all different forms, and the one thing that power loves to do is program its prey to make them believe that they're not being controlled. Literally. That's what power does. Like I remember that meeting that Jay-Z and Roger Goodell had, right? And Jay-Z was talking. And Jay-Z was doing a little bit too much talking. So I'm staring at Roger Goodell, who's the commissioner of the NFL, and you can kind of see he's kind of getting uncomfortable. This black man is kind of throwing his weight around this room a little bit. You know what I mean? So he starts talking because these are the kind of things that people in power like to do whenever they feel like someone's not being within the alignment of control. And he's talking, and Jay-Z's talking, and then he's talking, then he makes his joke, and then he grabs Jay-Z. He goes, "You know what I mean?" And Jay-Z like rips his arm away from him because Jay-Z understood. He understood what that meant in that moment. That grab had nothing to do with that joke. That grab was trying to reassess control. I knew a white guy like that at my job. When I worked at Publix, named Doug. Sorry, Doug. He was the manager, and he used to walk around, with his chest out. And anytime he walked around, everybody, because he was in a position of power, which I don't view management as a position of power, but some people do. And people, they would just fall over or head over their heels whenever he was walking around. You know what I mean? Me, not so much. You know what I mean? I come from a lot of ownership, so being a worker will never impress me. I'm sorry. I give you your credit for doing your due diligence within the work field, but it'll never make me be like, yo, I admire that. Like, I'm more so, I give you admiration based off your morals, but not off a management status at a supermarket. But that's no here nor there. He was walking around with that attitude, and he didn't necessarily like how I came across to him. He had no problem voicing that opinion, which was, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You weren't in my interview, and when I signed up to be here, they didn't bring you up. I'm sorry, you're not a part of what got me here. So,
this nigga front end manager.
He didn't like it. And we was at a meeting one time. We were having a meeting. I didn't want to be at the meeting, but I was there. I think it was about a flu shot or some shit. And I'm sitting in the back against the wall. I'm leaning against the wall, arms folded. You know what I mean? He comes next to me. You know what I mean? And they all talking and having a discussion. And I'm listening, half-ass listening, not really listening. And he says something. They asked me a question. I answered the question. He goes, "Ha ha!" They all laugh, and then he plucks the front of my hat.
Whoa!
Oh,
it's an automatic fight where I'm from, dog.
And I just turned my head to the side. I'm like, yo, don't ever touch me again. He was like, huh? I said, don't ever touch me again. It's a room full of 50 people. I'm like, don't ever pluck my hat. Don't ever put your hands on me ever again in your life.
And I hate that he did that, because it's like your reaction is what they wanted. Even if it wasn't even yelling, whatever, they wanted you to be that. Like,
it's man shit. So you can look at it that way, but as men, there's certain things we do to each other to fuck with each other that I don't necessarily expect women to get. Yeah, I mean, because
I'm saying in general. I'm not saying that reaction is wrong.
No, you're not saying that. I'm talking about there's your perspective of the.
It's a food chain out here.
Yeah,
you know where he sit at.
Yeah,
and that's some disrespect. Like that. That's
what you're talking about is the bigger picture, Ken. Is what you're speaking about. Wanting a reaction, trying to get a reaction out of somebody, and that's absolutely true. But what also is going on here is a power struggle between me and him. That's what's going on between me and him. That necessarily everybody in the room isn't necessarily catching. Certain men are catching it. You know what I mean? It's certain things that people do when they don't.
If look, some women can watch an argument and they'll be like, oh, that argument got heated, and it'll walk away. And then some niggas will walk away from that argument like, yo, he bitched that nigga, my nigga.
Yeah, because we know
we know what that meant.
I'll go into a movie reference again, right? Baby Boy, right? When Shorty tried to sleep with Jody and it didn't necessarily pan out, and then she seen Yvette the next day at work. She just started staring at her. Or fucking with her. You know what I mean? Planting those seeds. I mean, this is how there's certain things that women know how to get under women's skin. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Now, if you told me that story, I would probably be like, yo, hey, if you was working, you probably wouldn't even have noticed she was looking at you. Like, was she really looking at you? Because to us, it sounds like, was she really staring at you? Like, come on. Yes, she was staring at me, because there's certain things that women do to each other that men don't necessarily. Yeah. You feel me? So that's what I mean when I say it's a power struggle between me and him. He's trying to get me in line. He doesn't like how I carry myself. He looks at it as a direct conflict with him, because I'm the manager. You're not. But he don't know I'm walking around like this based off of who the fuck I am, not based off what some company told me I was. This is who I am, bro. Whether I'm mopping the floor, building the building, or owning the building, I'm still going to walk around like this. This is what high character looks like. It's moral based. My shit is consistent. I don't even have fallouts. The people who know me from the sandbox are the same people who know me as a grown man. 100% consistency. My shit stands for itself. Ask about me at the homeless shelter. That's the place. If you want to know who I am, you can go there. They'll tell you about me. They don't know you there because you be typing. The problems that we go through are really bothering me. But there's mad shit in your city you could go be a part of, and you won't even go down there.
I'm rich.
It don't take $1 million to do it, bro. It don't take $1 million to go drop that envelope off. You don't even got to put your name on it. It's crazy, man. So it's just,
Nothing. Yeah.
Nah, it's just I'm just bringing up the certain things that happen in a day-to-day basis in the work field and in America in general. You know what I mean? It all comes down to power. That's why power is called power. That's why I love power, because that's what it comes down to. Everybody be acting like they be standing on some moral ground, but they really don't. They're jockeying for position. They're jockeying for position. A lot of people want you removed because they want your spot. That's what it is. Like they be like, "Oh, yo, he foul." You never seen that guy that be complaining about the manager, complaining about the supervisor, and then they become the manager, the supervisor, and start doing the same shit.
Joe.
I mean, he ain't never had no problem with that shit. He just wanted to do it. That's what his issue was. He get to do it and not me. He fronting like, man, this guy's just not running the company right. He's not doing right by us, man. He's not. You know what I mean? Look how he's acting. He's acting like
this nigga's been saying
he probably still ain't gonna like
say that shit stuck with me for years. You've been saying that shit for years.
Because I've seen it.
I remember I had an issue with a nigga. I think I was working at Red Lobster. The nigga was like, he was nigga cooking with us. And the nigga turned to a chef, man. He's like, I'm telling you, bro, that nigga ain't never had a problem with the manager was doing. He just wanted to do it.
That's a fact.
And this is when we was young. I'm telling you, this nigga's been saying that shit for years.
100%, bro.
This is mad funny hearing it. Because I didn't go by that. Like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That's facts.
Yeah, niggas want to be in control.
Niggas can't wait to be in that spot. Like, yo, you know what?
and
I
then
do some extra work today. I doing some extra work today. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to make this quota. I need this bonus now. Feel me?
Yeah, 100%. He's gonna act just like
you need the bonus. Like you wasn't trying to get out of here. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's talking about how you would look out for nigga. That crazy.
He's not here to look out. He want to be in control, individual. You know what I mean, it's times to be an individual, and it's time to work within a group. Sometimes it's time to be a leader, and sometimes it's time to be a soldier. It's just all about what's best for the situation. People see themselves one way and one way all the time, and that's why they end up falling all the time, because you just have no self-awareness and you're not giving a fullest. You're not looking at the situation from a three-dimensional perspective. So this is all just multi-layered shit and just thinking beneath the surface. I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to. That's fine, cool. I will continue to 100%, and it keeps me out of shit, and it keeps me away from people. The wrong kind of people. You know what I mean? When you're centered, is it you keep your distance from shit that causes you harm. When you're not in a great space, a lot of times you're around certain shit that's not lucrative for your mental. And you start making bad decisions and you start fucking up. So on a smaller scale, I mean on a larger scale, and I don't even want to call it a larger scale, but the Kyrie Irving shit is pretty much it's just about control. It's not about any of those things that they're talking about.
He want to be able to have his own fucking thoughts. He should be able to put the link if he wants to.
That little boy.
Flipped up side fucking down for a link. A link.
You're not allowed, boy. You gotta go do the Euro step in the paint and be quiet. Just be quiet. Like, damn, Kyrie, we just asking you to be quiet. And if you don't shut up, we gonna keep turning these people on you, man.
Yeah.
That's what's happening out
here. 100%.
That's what's happening. Because if he just shut the fuck up and played bull, you people wouldn't even have a problem.
Bro, Shannon Sharp was just caping for him to be on the Lakers before the season started.
And now he like, not that guy, anybody but that guy.
I mean, He disses him, or he's been dissing him since he asked for his trade away from LeBron James,
I'm
and
glad
that's
you
what
brought that
people's
up.
real problem is.
One thing that bothered me was Shannon. He said that right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah.
So if you
I'm playing for the Lakers.
yo, please explain to me what deems Kyrie is the wrong messenger. This
He
is
left
like
LeBron.
this is me furthering into him saying you guys are dehumanizing me. It's like you're criminalizing a nigga. What makes a nigga the wrong messenger? Why would he be the wrong messenger? He hasn't committed no fucking crime. He didn't do nothing. He's not like a threat to society.
Sports is about
that
programming.
nigga plays a game of basketball. So how is he the wrong messenger? There's this thing called life that we live 24/7. Basketball is all of probably what? An hour game?
Yeah, just about
60-minute game. How are we taking a 60-minute game that I play and deeming me as a wrong messenger?
Some people are gonna feel how they feel about you regardless, and they just so they won't come across that way. They'll say shit like, "Well, if you just did this," they're lying. LeBron says all the right things. He is a model citizen and a politician at the highest level, and y'all still don't like him.
Kill that
So they're lying.
Kill
That
that
has
nigga.
nothing to do with it. Like,
Kill that nigga.
but somebody decides in themselves that a lot of people don't like themselves. So when a lot of people are battling with inner demons within themselves, like the first thing their first go to is to take it out on somebody else. It don't matter who it is. It could be an athlete, a singer, an actor, a writer, an architect, an electrician, an engineer. The nigga walking, dropping the mail off in the mailbox. I mean, that joke Kevin Hart told. Look at him across the street. Look at that cat drinking milk out the bowl. Like that's lit that way, bro. Like, it's scary, but it's true. I listen to people speak all the time. Like, I watched a guy complain for 5 hours about a dude at my job, and it had nothing to do with him.
Weird ass nigga.
That is, like, it had no negative effect on him, and he was complaining like it was directly causing him harm.
Bitch ass nigga.
5 hours. That's not a punchline. 5 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what kind of energy it takes to talk about some shit for 5 hours consistently?
Yo, while we here, I hate when niggas do that. I don't care and then continue to care.
Oh, facts.
Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care. I'm on here for free speech, but ain't no but, nigga. Shut your ass up.
Yeah, people do it all the time. You know what I mean, I don't care means I can't really articulate this back and forth how I want to. So I'm just going to dodge out and say, I mean, I can't say I haven't done it. I can't say I haven't.
I'm gonna say that's my lie. I'll tell you that in a second. I don't have time.
I'm glad you said that, Candace. I've definitely been seeing your likes on Ashanti's response, because I know a month ago you magically didn't care about this. You know what I mean? But, you know, Ashanti made a response to her. I keep seeing July's very own in the likes, but on the phone, why are we even talking about this? I don't care. Oh, you cared enough to press a double click. That's no here nor there, Skip.
That's what happened. Yeah, hold on. Now we here now. Did you hit the double like though?
I do it all the time. I still don't want to talk about the shit.
No. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what I said.
We accepted you admitting because you said, "Look, I do it all the time."
I'm talking about I don't care.
I don't care, but I do care. We all do.
Somebody cares enough to like. Because usually when people don't care about shit, they like scroll. Like Ashanti responds to Irv. Oh my god, I do not care about this shit. No, I'm gonna listen to this.
Hey, I got support Angie Martinez. There's a nice one for Angie Martinez.
Tupac cares. Somebody that don't nobody else care.
Look, you got your homegirl Ashanti. You ain't fucking with Irva singing, and you only fucking with Ashanti singing. Look, I'm in that bag too. I be in my bag too. But you know what? You just gotta stand on it. Like, you know what? We ain't hear nothing Irv said.
I don't care
that.
I never said I didn't care about the situation. I said I don't give a fuck what Irv is talking about.
yeah. I'd have been like, yo, fuck Irv. When Ashanti tell her side, let's hope my nigga rolling good. My nigga cornrow roll.
Take that out the kid.
I'm good, my nigga. I was being good.
I was being good.
I was being good. I'm good.
Take that out the foot.
I'm good, baby.
I know you good, nigga, but listen, that 3 niggas here, like
my bad. That was weird. I was like, who's not going to George?
Edit that up.
So weird.
timestamp.
Yeah, edit that other footage.
Word that,
A minute and
man.
16.
I got a notepad up here for a timestamp.
Yeah, a minute and 16 seconds. Hold on. Take that shit out. Take that shit out the footage.
Knocking on my door at this time of night. My kids in the next room.
Somebody's knocking on the door. Somebody's knocking on the door.
Knocking on the door. Hold on. Hold on.
A minute. 16.
First off, Cornrow Roll is the man of that house.
That is true.
Who the
Well,
fuck
that
is
nigga
knocking
sleep.
on the door?
Like he works a full-time job.
Exactly. He is sleep, and he do work a full-time job, and he don't allow niggas knocking at this time of night.
That is true. School is tough, man. School is tough.
My nigga Cornrow Roll gonna hop up in his box.
Excuse me, the new math. The new math. Fuck out of here.
Hey yo. Did y'all? Yeah, I seen a nigga out there with a cheap Michael Myers mask. Share my feelings.
Yeah, son,
His dad was on Mars. I don't know if the mask was cheap. I just didn't post the pictures.
Nah, it wasn't Cornrow. Right? Nah. This nigga was older. I was like, damn. That's how they did you. That's how they did you. Damn.
Who kids was out there?
Yo, Vince. Hey, yo, Sin. How about you telling people you had Twitter on fire? This nigga right here got the ability to get under your skin like no other. My brother Sin right here. Don't get this nigga started. Go follow that nigga. This nigga be getting niggas bothered. Like, nigga, first off, this nigga ain't got no business talking to you.
Nah, he did.
No, actually, you're right. Let me fix my language. I'm
not gonna say it was giving energy, but it was just like, sir.
It was giving what, Candace?
Energy.
No.
Oh, she said pussy whip energy. I can tell by the way the hand whip. But could you say it for the people? I don't want him to think I'm telling your story. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying it was giving broke wrist energy. He was just doing too much. It was like Sin was saying, what do you gotta say? You shouldn't have to fight to be a parent. And he's like, well, if you're doing that, then this tweet isn't for you. Hit dog holler. Dog.
Well, my tweet wasn't for him at all. That's where he got it a little confused. I think he thought I was. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're just
saying. Go ahead, tell him.
Basically what happened. I was at home minding my business.
Minding his business. I'm not talking to these
niggas. Let me see. I pull him up. Cole at King Cole 98. At King Cole 98 said, the whole your mom kept me away. That's why I wasn't around argument will never fly with me. I know 3 different dudes that got baby mamas from hell and they still do whatever they can for their child. Some dudes are just built right and some are built as Charmin. What do y'all think about that?
I feel it's like he's like, even if you're going through hell, you shouldn't give up.
I'm gonna say it like this: disrespectful, because a lot of people who feel like people shouldn't give up. I feel like a lot of people who feel that people shouldn't give up are speaking from a comfortable seat.
Yeah. I'm about to say that shit is hell. That shit is probably hell.
Well, let me elaborate, because it's frustrating. A lot of people speak from a very comfortable seat. Oh, I would do anything. Yeah. Okay. Write it down. Call Hallmark. Put it in the card.
When she moves your kid to Alabama somewhere and you can't get to your baby.
Not even. When you first and foremost.
Yeah, even though she's adding on, but yeah, even.
That too. But like when you're dealing with a person, and a lot of people don't even like dealing with people. Keep that in mind. When you have to deal with a person, because you should have watched your baby. You can't control these things, bro. Some people should have, like, there's some people that should have been mindful, but you know, for a person that's out there with their one kid, whatever, you can't control these things, my man. And then when you got to go over there, go to look at your creation based off another person's feelings, and then it's aligned with the court system, because everyone can always see how wrong the criminal system is. Everybody see how fucked up the criminal system is. But somehow, niggas become so blind to family court. Family court just do no wrong somehow. That bitch be connected to the same building, B. And still say no wrong. Like,
Well, he said that. So I said, I go through this shit every day, week, and year. Fellas, please don't listen to this tweet. I wouldn't wish this shit on my worst enemy. Now we're gonna make it tough and cool to have to fight to be a parent. Hashtag prayers and love. He said, if you are going through it, that means you're fighting to be a father, meaning this doesn't apply to you. So I'm very confused why a dog that wasn't hit is hollering. Because I understand that things are bigger than me, sir. That's why.
Right. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to fight to be a parent. Point blank. You shouldn't.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to go through loops and hoops and holes and everything to say checklist is like you have to be this, and this to see what you made. That's insane.
Somebody who fought to absolutely, Candace. It is very insane. But this is bigger than what he's saying. This is about our people in general. We have conditioned ourselves because we have a high tolerance for pain emotionally and physically. We've been taught to champion it and make it sound like a badge of honor. That's why a lot of us are dying young. That's why a lot of us are dying early. That's why a lot of us are motherfuckers' hairs is gray. Motherfuckers are losing their hair. There's a lot of people that are unhappy because they are teaching you that you should celebrate pain instead of eliminating the problem that is causing the community trauma and having a negative effect on everybody. So, sir, let me help you out here. From somebody who went through the court system and somebody who had to fight to get their child and still has to jump over mountains to be a part of their child's life. I will never wear that as a badge of honor. Ever.
that shit is not fun.
And for the next young woman and next young man who is coming up behind me, who's just become a parent or their girlfriend just got pregnant or any of the scenario, I do not want them to walk around and carry that like a badge of honor. I think you thought my message was, to you. It was about what you said, but it wasn't to you. I clearly said, if you read, I said, fellas, please don't listen to this tweet. I mean, I don't want people to listen to what you're saying in the regard of like I got 3 men who are going through hell. Like you said that like that shit was the shit. Like,
don't listen. Don't. It's not okay for you to have to.
It does not sound appeasing at all. I do not want to do anything you're talking about. I got 3 niggas that's going through hell, and they still. I'm looking at you like head ice.
So I think my fault, Candace. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
I believe that what your tweet should have said was young men, young women, older of all walks of life. Please stop blocking people out from being parents.
Yeah, basically.
Steve.
Basically. I don't even get how.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, there's the thing called change. It's not the vibes. That's why women are that's why I see young women chase single motherhood, because it was presented to them like it was the vibes all through their childhood, all through our
It's not the vibes.
It's not the vibes. Being a single mother is not the vibes. Being a single father is not the vibes.
And I'm not even a single parent.
Cool. We understand that things happen.
It takes a community to raise these things.
It definitely takes a village. Because a lot of motherfuckers be claiming this. I do this shit by myself. Some do, but the majority of you don't. Even that time when you can go food shopping and your grandmother watches your kid, all of that shit plays a part, bro. All of it. If you can go to work and not be around your child, and you can comfortably go to work and not lose days and not call out, that it's a process. It's a team. It's an effort. If you're struggling with money and you fucked up and you like, damn, I can't even make this move, and then ding, that cash app go off and that child support gets sent through, that plays a part, bro.
Yeah.
It all plays a part.
That shit is counted as a source of income.
Yeah,
Cut it short.
Yeah. So yes, that is my response to Cole. It was a lot of rhetoric going on, and I appreciate the people who put a like on my tweet and understood exactly what I was saying. To the people who didn't, I hope you can get a better outlook and a better perspective on what I'm saying. It's nothing cool about fighting to be a parent. It's not. It's the context was you championing it, even if that's not what you meant. The context of the tweet came across like
he ain't even got kids.
Yeah. Most people who don't, like I said,
He
statements.
sounds like he ain't have no fucking kids.
It sounds like that person that either in a good space with their significant other in a relationship, or do very great at co-parenting, have a great co-parenting situation, or don't have kids at all. But for the people that get excommunicated out of their kids' lives on all levels, and even when you do try, it's still met with disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see my daughter for 9 months when we was going through the court situation. That wasn't her doing. That wasn't my daughter's mother's doing. That was the court's doing. Like, you know what I mean? That's how long it took for my paperwork to process. 9 months.
A long time.
I'm gonna see my daughter again, like, because I saw her twice through that whole time period. Like, she was like a whole different height and size. You know what I mean? It's you don't eat, you don't sleep.
It's the whole non-custodial shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when you, it's not that anybody signs up for this, but when you become deemed as the non-custodial parent, you're agreeing to seeing your kid 2 times a month. Naturally, well, not even 2. Whenever you get the fucking week, how many weekends is there in a month? What,
4. So
4?
yeah, it's 2. If it's every other weekend, it's 2.
Oh yeah, there you go. 2 times a month.
Weekend, nothing. The next weekend,
so you see your kid 2 times a month, realistically,
and for one full day, because you get them the back half of Friday. You know how it go.
Friday, you drop them off for school, you pick them up. You know what I'm saying? You get a half a day, then you get 1 full day on Saturday. Then they gotta go home early to get ready for school. And mom has Monday through Thursday. Then she got next weekend on top of Monday through. She has a whole 7 days.
She got Monday. She got Monday through Thursday.
And they will tell you every child needs their father, and this is the natural way that co-parenting system is set up for niggas.
I thought something about moms being like, how come moms don't give the kids to the dad and take the weekends? And then right up under it said, because y'all be calling us deadbeats.
It's another crazy thing. And then niggas don't want to.
I'm just like, it's like for on both sides, it's a shitty situation. Like, I feel like I think about it all the time. When Vernon's a teenager, I think he should live with his dad. But as a parent, I'm just like, is that a good, like, how should I live if my kid's not in my house? Like, am I allowed to even have any ounce of fun? Like, this bitch is having too much fun without her kid. And when bitches don't have their kids, you be like, where your fucking kids at?
Well, no, this is what I had to explain to somebody the other day. They was like, damn, I might not be able to pick them up this weekend, this, that, and that. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. Niggas be trying to make you feel bad. There's benefits of being a fucking non-custodial parent.
It is.
Hey, hold on, no, there's benefits. Watch, I'm about to show you right now. Because it's like this. It's like, yo, check it. Let's say if your baby father died, y'all still wouldn't trade positions of letting this little nigga go. Y'all love every day with this nigga. Getting up with him, laughing with him, making him something to eat. All that shit y'all love to post on Facebook and Instagram. Y'all get that right there in full effect. I gotta watch this shit from the back row. Shut the fuck up. Can't see shit. I don't even know how this nigga talk, sound, nothing. You get all this shit. Unapologetically. You get to do the PTA meetings. You get to go to all the games. You get to do all the great shit that come with the kid. Because nobody ever wants to. Oh, wait, hold on.
Do that to you.
But nobody ever wants to bring this part up. You get to do all the great shit with the kid. You get the pictures. You get the sick days, the doctor. You get all this great shit. There's benefits. Now there's benefits to being a non-custodial parent. Guess what, nigga? You gonna be a babysitter when I tell you to. That's one. That's one. It comes with it. He lives with you. Where's he going? You love cutting me off any other day. What's the problem?
Problem is, you're stupid.
Keep it at 100, my nigga.
So that's the message. That's just the message that we want to send.
There's pros and cons to every situation
in life.
That's just how it goes.
That's the
you
message.
Can't get mad. I'm like, yo, bro, look, listen. You gotta bust your move, do your thing. She signed up to be a full-time mother. I can't get mad when my job is looking at me like work past the 8 hours we signed you up for, nigga. You agreed to 10, my nigga. I can't be in here like, oh my god, bro. Everybody else is doing everybody else is doing 8.
He's a sucker.
What'd you say, Candace?
My kid's dad said that shit to me. He's like, "You signed up for this." I was like,
I'll
True.
trade places with you in a hot minute. You done?
Yeah.
You give up?
Whenever you're ready to pass them over,
Let me know. Yo, do this.
Because I promise
Tap
you,
the fuck out.
you'll never hear me.
"Do that."
I promise you, you would never.
Tap the fuck out.
I
I've been
promise
raising
you,
kids.
you will never
Been
hear
raising them.
about money from me.
You can keep
You will
the check.
never hear
You can
about
keep the fucking
anything.
check. You can
Like,
keep the check.
You will never hear about
You
anything.
can keep the check.
Everything's good on this side.
Yo,
Everything's
check
great.
it. Check this. When you want to see this little nigga, I will personally pull up and drop him off for you too. And pick him up.
Fact.
You just call me when you're done.
What shit?
Call me when you're done.
I don't have to like you.
Call me when you're done.
Like 100%.
Any moment you want to let me know. Any moment.
I'm here.
You
want
to go out every weekend? Because I don't do shit every weekend.
I don't.
You want the weekends?
Do your thing. Do your thing. We don't do guy trips on this side. We'll watch a game.
No, not guy trips.
We don't do guy trips on this side. Like
we're trying to start a business. Shit is dry.
Yeah.
Have at it. You want it? Have at it. Me and my daughter sit here and make hats. We got merch to make. Have at it.
100%.
Have at it, my nigga.
My daughter is super active.
I'm a big kid on top of that. I want to go to Six Flags too.
Yeah, man. It's
have at it.
It's crazy.
But you don't want to trade with me, but you want to criticize me.
Yep.
You can't have it both ways. Pick your lane. Pick your lane. There's pros and cons with every situation you
want to pick and choose when you want me to be a parent.
Look, when you
could
drive,
be a parent this day, but I got shit to do that day, so you can't. You're not even a part of that.
Take your hat off. Like,
but, all right, I'm tired now. You could be a parent when I decide. I don't give a fuck what you got. You ain't been doing nothing this far, acting like that's my choice. Like, you're controlling both sides, acting like that I made it that way. That shit is hilarious, bro.
That's my point, bro.
That shit is hilarious.
Point. And people get mad. Like, bro, look. I'm not even trying to be a dick, and it sounds wrong because it's so uneasy on the ears. So uneasy on your
fuck that.
Exactly. That's what the ignorance is for. Listen, there's pros and cons to being a non-custodial parent. You got all the free time to do what you want. They violated you. Use it. Go build the empire and leave it for your little homie. Because that's the only thing they letting you do.
That's a fact.
So don't let nobody get in your way of getting yours, my nigga.
So as a father, if you don't have that time, you better be dedicating your time to give your child a future.
Go get the change. Go get the change. Go get the change. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like, my pops might hate to hear this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be 100 with you. My big brother go through this all the time. He be like, yo, listen. I hear niggas wasn't around for niggas and all of that, this, that, and the third, but the least you could have done, my nigga, was build something, nigga. Like, damn,
that's
like you ain't got nothing for niggas to come to, dog.
That's a fact.
Like, I'm not even mad that, look, I don't care about the relationship with my moms. I don't care about you not being there for Christmas. I don't give a fuck about a bike, birthday, cool, all that. You missed all that, but you ain't
gone and you still ain't do shit.
You ain't build nothing. You can't leave niggas nothing, no nothing. I may paint a nigga here and
there. You die, I gotta fucking stress the fuck out how to pay for this shit.
That's why I'm out here grinding. I'm grinding. I'm trying to leave this little something.
I'm out here grinding. We definitely got to chop this up. I didn't even realize the time. God damn.
Yeah, 1, 3, 4.
100%. You know what I mean? So that that's my response to Cole. All prayers and love to everybody who's a parent. I was just giving out a different. He was talking to people, and I wanted to talk to the same people that he was talking to. I was not here to negate or argue back and forth your point. Your mind's made up, sir. Handle your business. I'm talking to the kid who might read this. Get you some therapy, bro. Get you some help. It's going to be times where you're not eating, you're not sleeping, you're contemplating suicide, you're crying in the middle of the night. All those things are going to happen to you. You know what I mean? And there's nothing cool about it. So, let's just make it normal to hurts. Not. It does. Because it's the things that people don't see.
There's some women.
Make it normal to not keep parents out of kids' lives. Obviously, I do not need to say, unless they're a negligent parent. I don't have to say none of that. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. Yep. Make it normal to not block kids away from their blessings. Because honestly, like, there's so much shit that your kid could be privy to if you allow them to have both.
It's not fun doing it by ourselves. It's not fun. The fuck? Let that nigga see his kids. Jesus.
And women too, for the young women that's going through it as well.
Women or men, because men do the same shit. There's a lot of niggas 100%. Out there acting the same way.
Because the first thing they want to do is to get back. That's the first thing they want to do is get back.
Bitches all the time.
It's
like,
wrong
bro,
either way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm not championing you doing it neither because it's getting done to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, that shit's still some sucker shit, bro. Like, go, like, come on, yo. They always say both parents need. They always say a child need both of their parents. But you get in that court system and they do everything to split that family up.
Of course, niggas be hurt, man. Them breakups be painful.
And then they
I don't even think you should be making decisions.
I never even thought. I never even think for a second. Like, no, that wouldn't work out.
If we break up, cool. But as a family, how you gonna sit here and how you gonna make a couple decision based on the family? Me and you a couple, we broke up. How you gonna just crack the family?
Because niggas don't. Well, first off, the first thing I did after my relationship ended, before my relationship ended, I thought about what I could do to make this situation better, and how could I be more supportive and be more understanding. And those are all the things I battle with. So I started partaking and trying different things, you know what I mean? And it still wasn't necessarily working. You know what I mean? And plus it was a terrible circumstance. And just because it's fucked up right now, don't mean it won't be better later. You know what I mean? That was of the mind state that I necessarily had. But, you know, as soon as I did make that decision on that breakup, because I did break the relationship up, the first thing I thought to myself was like, damn, like, what can you do better going forward? Like, because this didn't turn out well with all the decisions that you made. A lot of people, once again, don't have that self-awareness. So they start running to, I didn't even tell the people around me about the breakup. Like, I got to figure this shit out right now myself before I even start talking to everybody else about it. But some people after breakups, you know what I mean? They're the opposite. They need to go to everybody and express their one-sided story and tell them it happened like this and because of that, and get all their lies off because they're upset. And the one thing I don't like doing when I'm in an emotional space is making decisions. Because as a man, I have enough logic to understand that decision probably isn't the best. So I try to get to a calm before I start making decisions. And that don't mean the decision is always going to work out best, but it's the spaces that people be in. Anger, frustration, despair, regret, insecurity, all of that combined into, you know, one mind, one emotional mind. And then now you're telling them, hey, make this decision, make that decision. You're putting all that in their lap and they can't handle it. But for the most part, it's the system. The people can't keep people away from their kids without the system. 100%. I know niggas like to think they have some type of, here we are back again at power, type of power and control, because that's what the shit be about. It's all about general, sergeant, dictator. A lot of people never had control over anything until they had a kid. A lot of people have never felt vindicated or elite until they had a child. When it's a circumstantial situation, you are all this child knows. That's why when a child becomes older and you got to start living up to those things, a lot of motherfuckers be falling short. Because now your child's an adult. Now they're older. So now let's see if, because you dictated everything. You dictated everything surrounding you. Now let's see if you can live by it when they're older. A lot of times people can't because that shit is an illusion. 100%. So, you know, prayers and love. I mean, for everybody who's going through it, you know, it's not.
I don't wish that shit on nobody.
That's a fact.
It's not the easiest thing to figure out neither. But I damn sure don't wish that shit on nobody. And people need to stop speaking on shit that they don't know about, especially if you're not in it.
So
if you're not in it, it's crazy.
I wouldn't wish ignorance, write my curses in cursive.
I hate that shit is low.
Soundboard, my G. We gotta watch this as a family.
This is sophisticated ignorance, write my curses in cursive.
Tell me that wasn't the shit. You crazy, man. That no fun like that no more. Wrecking crew.
Sauce, why you got that smile on your face? Why you look like that? Cause I'm about to catch me a case. Right now. Look, I'm about to pull up with extendos. I don't mean to hold a grudge, but I'ma hold this shit against you. Going down. And pardon me for all the ignorance. But as of late, I do not give a shit. Pussy, who you think you dealing with? They'll shoot you, then conceal this shit, then moving with your bitches going down. I pull up on you and your crew and shit. Like use a bitch, use a bitch, use a bitch. You thinking about crossing my path? I put your whole crew on the crucifix. I send you to Jesus or Lucifer. Got your bitches go Jesus, we using them. I hit you from deep, so deep. Somebody thought Jesus was you in the air. You get found in the streets of Jerusalem. Paramedics, they know what to do with them. Hollow tips, he got hit with a few of them. Off the bat, he got filled with aluminum. At his funeral service, they viewing him. Got the grip with the scope with the zoom on him. I don't know what he did, I just know that he dead. The next day it was business as usual. Damn. Two bad hoes at the same time. Got my niggas in the back throwing gang signs. You don't really wanna step on a landmine. Anything could go left with a bad vibe. You don't really wanna test out with advice. I ain't her playing games on the franchise. Never move you ever matter like it's black lives. If you with a flat line. Damn, bully the gang, you bitch.